he's going on this show with Judge Toller, this fine judge. And that's all he talked about this week was you.
When 34-year-old Andrea Hughes and 49-year-old Brian Bailey met 4 years ago, their romance got off to a fast and furious start. 2 years later, they moved in together and enjoyed a hot and heavy romp. But now, after 2 years of cohabitating, their once steamy relationship has grown cold and stale.
Oh, I've done all of that. The lingerie, and try to make things exciting in the bedroom. It's still boring if I can get some.
When somebody's constantly just on your nerves and just at you all the time, I mean, you don't want to spend a lot of money, you don't want to have sex, you don't want to do anything with it.
Andrea and Brian say they are ready to pack up and go their separate ways.
She's spoiled. She just wants everything. She wants what she wants, and she doesn't care how she gets it.
Today, on Divorce Court.
Come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Andrea Hughes and Brian Bailey. The two of you have been living together for 2 years. You have no children together. You do not want to live together anymore. You have some financial obligations and situations you would like me to resolve. But before we get to that, I'm going to start with you, Ms. Hughes. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship, why we're here today?
Basically, we're here today because I want out of this relationship. Practically, to put it simply, our sex life is boring, Your Honor. Completely boring. It went from having sex every day. We went on a lot of weekend excursions, a lot of getaways, and Brian took me out. And we went from having sex every day to pretty much once a week, Your Honor, if I can get it done.
Now, Mr. Bailey, she's talking about you over here, and whenever I'm in this circumstance, I give the man the opportunity to defend himself if he so chooses. But if you don't want to, I understand.
I'll defend myself.
Okay, go right ahead, sir.
Your Honor, in the beginning, the sex was great, but she's a drama queen. She's self-absorbed. She's angry all the time. She likes to have fights and have sex afterwards, and I'm not into that. Every time we try to go anywhere, she's just embarrassing. She's just constantly doing things and saying things.
Are you wilding out on the brother? I mean, are you out
No,
there
Your
loud,
Honor, truthfully,
unhappy?
He's not excited in this relationship anymore like he used to be in the beginning. I mean, he was so excited. Now he's just dull now. Everything is just boring now. And yeah, I try to push his buttons sometimes to try to get a reaction out of him.
What do you do to push his buttons?
Your Honor, sometimes he'll ask me, where am I going? I get all dressed up and I tell him I'm going out on a date. I'm going to go and get what I need that he's not giving me in the bedroom.
A button. That's kicking a brother off a mountain. I mean, it's just not.
I'm already not getting nothing.
Mr. Bailey, does she do that? Tell you she's going out with other guys?
Your Honor, she even said that she was going to have sex in front of somebody in front of me one time.
Ms. Hughes, did you do that?
Well, I did. I mean, I do have to say things like that, Your Honor. If he's not having sex with me, I make him think that somebody else wants to have sex with me.
Do you think that's a good aphrodisiac?
Do you
think it might help him out to do that?
No, Your Honor. It probably wouldn't help it out. But at this point, he's not having sex with me, so I mean.
So have you tried anything more rational?
You know what I mean?
There's lingerie,
I've done all of that.
All kinds of conduct.
Oh, I've done all of that. The lingerie, and try to make things exciting in the bedroom. It's still boring if I can get some.
Okay. Now, Mr. Bailey, I'm going to try to get off this subject so you can go home and face the brother. Why don't you tell me your primary complaint with Ms. Hughes?
Well, she's just angry. She's always just yelling at people, She starts these, hypothetical questions, just always starting drama, like, which girl do you like better? You like her breast or her butt? And if I say anything, eventually I'm going to be in trouble. So usually I'm thinking about the answer, and I don't answer it quick enough, and then she gets mad about it and then just starts yelling. I mean, it's just constantly yelling.
Are you causing unnecessary drama by asking him hypothetical questions?
All week long, Your Honor, you know what he's been doing at home? Calling all of his friends, because he didn't know he was coming on this show here. He said, oh yeah, he's going on this show with Judge Toller, this fine judge. And that's all he talked about this week was you. Was you.
Your Honor.
How is that going to make me feel?
Now, don't put me in this mess. I'm over here working.
Yeah.
You know, got Joe trying to do my job, and then you mad at me because you didn't tell her all that, did you,
Yes.
Well,
Mr.
you know
Bailey?
what? I thought I'd better start pushing some buttons of my own, you know? 'Cause I was tired of it.
When divorce court continues, is there any pleasing Andrea?
He actually told me he was going to take me out to this cruise. I got all dressed and nice and glamored up and went to this cruise. It turned out he had received free tickets.
Now, what's wrong with a free cruise? Somebody offer me a free cruise. Have you been living together for years but found that splitting up is as complicated as getting a divorce? Call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce court returns with the case of Andrea Hughes, who complains her sex life with her boyfriend Brian is barreling downhill. But has Andrea made her own bed and now finds herself forced to lie in it?
Truthfully, Your Honor, I just had enough with it. I mean, I've had enough with the hypothetical questions, just testing me all the time.
You say Mr. Bailey is cheap. Explain
He's
that
cheap.
to me.
He's cheap. He's a sales discount type of guy. If we go into a store, if we don't hit the sales and the discount out, we cannot get it. He buys his clothes from the secondhand store, and he expects me to do the same too, just to financially, benefit us in this relationship.
Mr. Bailey, are you a little tight with the dollar?
You know what, Your Honor, I like to shop. You know, I look around. I mean, I don't feel like I'm cheap. You know, I dress
You look nice today.
Well,
Oh,
thank
that's
you.
probably
Thank you,
the
Your Honor.
only outfit I think that he bought. That's probably expensive.
I have a lot of expensive outfits, Your Honor. I mean, just that when somebody's constantly just on your nerves and just at you all the time, I mean, you don't want to spend a lot of money. You don't want to have sex. You don't want to do anything with them, you know? So I just sit back. I'm reserved more because of these things.
Your Honor, on the note of being cheap, let me tell you what he did. He actually told me he was going to take me out to this cruise. I got all dressed and nice and glamored up and went to this cruise. It turned out he had received free tickets from his job. He made me seem like he went and purchased, these tickets for a cruise
Now,
for us.
what's wrong with a free cruise? Somebody offer me a free cruise.
Your Honor,
I get my flip-flops and my shorts and go get on the
there
boat.
is nothing wrong with it if he probably took me to a nice cruise that he paid for first. Wine and dine me first. Then we could do some of the freebies.
Why you gotta be wined and dined before you get on a cruise?
Because I am used to being wined and dined, and Brian was fully aware of this.
Yeah, she's quite
Do
spoiled.
you spend your money or his money?
I spend my money and his too.
I
What's wrong
believe
with
that.
that?
I believe that. You say you two don't talk anymore.
No.
Why do you think that is?
Well, I mean, he's emotionally detached. It almost sometimes feels like he doesn't have a soul there, like he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. I don't know why, Your Honor. That's why I'm here today, to find out why.
Mr. Bailey, how come you don't talk to him?
Truthfully, Your Honor, I just had enough with it. I mean, had enough with the hypothetical questions, just testing me all the time.
So you've checked out.
Yeah.
Do you believe
I'm
he's
done.
cheating on you? Is that why you give him a
No,
bunch
he's
of
at
hypotheticals?
home all the time. He doesn't have any friends. He doesn't go anywhere. He is at
That's
home
because she
all
won't
the
let me
time.
have any friends. Anybody come over, she's just always at them. She's embarrassing. She's just always yelling and just starting stuff for no reason.
Do you start a lot of stuff, Ms.
I mean, I tell you, like, I started, I pick at him a little bit because he's boring, and I'm trying to get something out of him there. I mean, everything gets boring in this relationship. It just went downhill.
Well, what are you doing to make it exciting?
I do a lot to make it exciting. Look at me. I mean, Your Honor, I'm I have a great personality. I do a lot of things, go a lot of places. Brian doesn't want to go anywhere. He doesn't want to do anything. Dates.
Interesting isn't here. Interesting is here.
Definitely so.
Are you interesting here?
Yes.
Hypothetically, if you wanted to start a conversation about something relevant and interesting, what would it be? I mean, what do you know about? What are you interested in? What's topical? What do you think's important?
Which girl do you like better? Her butt, her breast, That's how she starts something. It's like she's just starting trouble all the time.
When divorce court continues, what's food got to do with it?
Sometimes I'm not in the mood to.
I haven't been in the mood to cook for 25 years. I do it every day. Do you think Brian is too laid back for Andrea? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also receive some valuable offers. Call 1-800-282-1991 now.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter at Divorce Court.
Divorce Court returns with the case of Brian Bailey, who says his live-in girlfriend Andrea likes to press his buttons. But has Andrea's behavior pushed Brian out the door?
Why does he need to hang out with a whole bunch of single guys doing single things, looking for single women? I mean, lots of my friends think you're weird.
Now, why do your friends think he's weird?
Because he doesn't engage in conversations with them. I might have a little get-together at the house, a little party, and a couple of friends come over and they try to hold conversations with him, and he will just look at them and completely walk away and leave them standing there talking.
Well, what do you and your friends talk about?
Oh, I mean, we have a little party, a little get-together. We're just chit-chatting, having drinks, having food, cooking.
Are you less than sociable when her friends come around?
Yeah. When her friends come over, you got to meet her friends first of all. When her friends come over, all they do is talk. I mean, one of them will come in and he'll start talking from the time he walk in to the time he leaves. He didn't know if I was there or not.
Well, what do they talk about?
It's things that I don't want to talk about. I mean, they're just talking, like gossiping, you know.
Yeah,
Did you see this
chit-chatting
person?
about who's
Yeah.
doing what to whom and who's sleeping
Right.
with
Your Honor,
whom
he
and who's
really
wearing
wouldn't
what.
know what we're talking about because he goes into the room and he stays in the room the entire time.
Uh-huh.
So he doesn't know what we're talking about.
Well, do you have any friends?
No,
I do have friends.
not
you
a
know.
single
talking to
friend, Your
him.
Honor.
I do have friends, but she doesn't like me to be with those friends because they're single and she thinks I'm going to be doing single things and stuff like that.
He does have one single friend, but he wants to go out to a bar, a strip club, you know? And he doesn't need to do that. He's in a relationship.
Well, maybe if you went to the strip bar with him,
I've tried to
you'd get
invite
some.
him. I've tried to invite him.
He's not gonna go.
He doesn't go with us.
You
I
won't
can't
let
have
him go
any
out with single
friends.
people?
Well, why does he need to hang out with a whole bunch of single guys doing single things, looking for single women? So no, I tell him he doesn't need to hang out with single women. He should go and, hang out with people that are in relationships.
Well, now, Mr. Brian, you say she can't cook. What's up with that?
No, she can't. I mean, her idea of cooking is throwing something in the microwave or calling for a pizza or something like that. I mean, she doesn't cook at all. Nothing.
Well, now you both work, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, can you cook?
Yes.
Do you cook?
I cook very well and I cook all the time.
There you go.
What's wrong with the man
All
cooking?
There you
the time.
go.
All the time.
There you
Sometimes
go.
I'm not in the mood to cook.
What?
Sometimes I'm not in the mood to cook.
I haven't been in the mood to cook for 25 years. I do it every day anyway. Sometimes that's just the duty you pull, and you got to go with it.
Yeah, he's not in the mood to cook, and sometimes he's not in the mood to do other things too, Your Honor. He's never in the mood. That's the problem. Never.
I can't help you with that. I'm so sorry. I wish I could. I would love to say
Your
something
Honor,
clever.
I went to his room last night just to surprise him. You know,
And?
thinking I'll be a nice surprise for him to see because he would be in there all lonely. And he looks at me and jumps right back in the bed and turns around. I'm going to sleep. You can stay in here if you want.
Did you do that?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. I've had enough. I want out. I want out of this relationship.
When divorce court continues, is Brian completely shut down when it comes to Andrea?
My father passed away last year, and I got really depressed. I needed him to be there for me. And he just wasn't there. He just sat around and kind of watched me. He didn't even go get tissues to wipe my tears.
Do you think Brian is too laid back for Andrea? Call 1-800-282-1991 to vote now and see if America agrees with your opinion. You'll also also receive some valuable offers. Call 1-800-282-1991 now.
Divorce Court returns with the case of Andrea Hughes and Brian Bailey, who after living together for the past 2 years are ready to pack their bags and go their separate ways.
You say that Brian needs to man up, that there are household duties that a man is supposed to take on, and Mr. Bailey is falling short.
Yes, he does need a man up. He needs a man up. Men are supposed to take care of things around the house, fix things, do the yard work, Your Honor. He doesn't do any of those things. He always says, call a repairman, call someone to fix this, call someone to fix that. Well, what if I call someone to fix me?
Well, now, I just got through saying to you not too long ago that, you know, the roles in the home need not be gender defined. If the brother can cook, you can do some yard work. You know.
And another thing I want to say, Your Honor,
Yes.
is Brian is very emotionally detached. You know, he blames it on how he was raised, that he wasn't shown a lot of love and hugs. And, you know, my father passed away last year, and I got really depressed. I needed him to be there for me. And he just wasn't there. He just sat around and kind of watched me. He didn't even go get tissues to wipe my tears, Your Honor. He just is emotionally not there.
Mr. Bailey, were you less than consoling when her dad died?
I might have been, Your Honor. It's just it's like the past relationships that we were in. You know, I've shared a lot with her about it, and she throws things in my face, you know, and it's like, you know, it just makes me back down from her. Just
Throws what kind of things in your face?
the things that I've shared with her in the past.
About your past relationships?
Right. My past, her past, but the things that I've told her about my past.
And now you wish you hadn't told her.
Yes, yes.
I mean,
Your
I didn't
Honor.
get any hugs. I didn't get no consolement at all from him whatsoever. He just sat
How
there
could
and
you? I mean,
watched
I
me.
don't even know. If I found out her father died, I'd hug her. I mean, why would you not do that?
I mean, I tried to. I just never know what mood she's in. I mean, because
Well, I can tell you, if your dad just died, you can pretty much guess what kind of mood she's in.
He was very gentle when I met him. He was very nice and kind, but
Well, you seem
after time, he's changed.
you seem to have. He was nice and kind and gentle. That's why you liked him, and now that's why he's boring you to death.
Yes, yes.
You know, you get the person you pick, not somebody else. And this is who you picked. He's nice looking. He's cool. He's calm. He's got a job. In divorce court, that's batting 1,000. You know what I mean? After all this time, why did you finally decide that indeed you couldn't be together anymore? Was it the incident with your father, or?
It just overall seeming like I've just lost him, you know, like he doesn't want to talk about maybe fixing the problems that we have.
Right.
You know, maybe I have yelled too much for everything to be fixed. I'm not sure.
Mr. Bailey, what do you have to say?
you know, Your Honor, she's done a lot of like testing me. And throughout the testing, I guess by the end of the testing, I was just done.
You
I
were
had
just
enough
through.
of it, yeah.
You were just through. Okay, tell me about the $3,000 you want from Mr. Bailey, Ms. Hughes. You say you ought to have the value of a queen bed set, which is $2,000, and a 48-inch television. Tell me about that.
Well, I pretty much I purchased it in the beginning of our relationship, and I want to be able to keep it.
We purchased it.
I purchased it.
Who's moving out, you or him?
Hopefully he's moving out, Your Honor. I found that place, and I would like to continue to reside there, with him or without him.
How about the TV set?
We paid for it together.
You
Your Honor.
paid for it together.
Right.
Who's going to keep them?
I don't know, Your Honor. Hopefully he'll be a man and let me.
If you don't know, I don't know. This matter is adjourned. There will be no recovery.
All right. Parties may leave the courtroom.
Andrea reports that things are going really well for Brian and her since leaving Judge Lynn's courtroom. They've remained together and are working to improve the things that bug them about each other. Andrea is pleased that Brian is really working on bringing the spice back into their bedroom, and he's putting more effort and enthusiasm into the other areas of their relationship as well. Andrea says she thinks that realizing in divorce court how